Hello and welcome to another video on Gran Turismo Sport. Today we are at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit, and you can see that it is a FF Fest, particularly the TT Cup being used by the majority of drivers. We're in the Group 4 cars, of course, with the FFs dominating, as they quite often do in this type of race. It's a 13-lap race and the medium and the soft tyres are required. And we're going to try something different. We're going to be using the Porsche Cayman. We've selected Porsche for our manufacturer series, so that is what we're going to be driving today. And it's definitely a bit underpowered here. So the tactic on lap 1 is just try and keep up with the Audis on the fresh rubber as best we can. As you can see, heading onto the back straight, we've already lost quite a bit of time with just how powerful they are in a straight line. You can see as well there's a Renault Megane up ahead that has been overtaken by a couple of Audis already on lap 1 as we get up towards the rear of it, closing in on this final section of lap 1. This is the first video I've produced on my PS5 as well, so hopefully the quality will be a little bit better. As we can see the Renault running wide, and we pick up a place there into 19th place, obviously starting from last, having not set a qualifying time. So hopefully the quality of the video is improved on the PS5. It's definitely improved the gameplay, being able to play in 4K now rather than 1080p, which is very enjoyable, especially as I've got a 55-inch TV that I use to play the game. As someone has lost it into paddock, two cars actually losing it, so one of them we've passed, and the one just up ahead, the TT in a BAR Honda inspired livery, I believe, from maybe 2004ish. So we've gained 2 places then onto lap 2, and again you'll see as I come around this corner we get a relatively decent exit, but the Audis just start really pulling away down here. But we do gain up a bit of time through the latter part of the lap. So lap 2 then, we've decided to pit. Very tricky pit entry there, but we get it okay. Soft tyres selected, so we're going to try and make these soft tyres last right until the end of the race now. So it's going to be 11 laps on the soft tyres, but the Porsche is quite good on tyre wear. It's got very good turning, so the problem that you lose, or when you lose the most lap times due to tyre wear, it's normally because of understeer, as we get up inside the TT there that's had a bit of a moment going into paddock. So he was the car we were following just before the pit stop, and we've already passed him as he's had a bit of an accident. So going on to the main straight to begin lap 4 then, and you can see a Renault Megane up ahead has just made his pit stop, so he's going to be on fresher tyres than we are. But if we can try to keep up with him and hold on to the back of him as best we can, we might be able to jump a few more cars in the pit stop phase. So as we head on to the end of lap 4 here, and a number of Audis have pitted as we get very close around the outside of paddock on that Renault, but we make the move stick, and now we're up to 14th place. So 5 laps into the race and we've already gained 6 positions through making that early pit stop. So the key here is to try and look after the tyres. We obviously need to make them last until the end of the race, and if we can keep them in good condition, a lot of the Audis will start to fade towards the end of the race as well, so we should have a chance to pick up a few places. Fast forwarding now to the end of lap 5, and we've started to gain on the pack ahead that hasn't pitted yet, so we've got a very good chance of leapfrogging these cars when they go to make their stops. As we can see, a few more cars have pitted now, which jumps us up to 13th place temporarily, but the Audi there just comes out ahead of us, so we've been a bit unlucky. Another half second of time gained there and we would have jumped this car, but unfortunately he's got out of just ahead, so obviously he's going to be on fresher tyres, he's in the Audi, and he is going to probably pull away from us for the next lap or 2 until his tyres start to wear down a little bit. So it is a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully he can give us a bit of a tow down the back straight, and we'll see if he can help bring us to the group in front. And you can see here just how much the Audi start to pull away from you down the straight. Even if you've got that slipstream, there's really not much you can do. They really are quite OP here, unfortunately. But he's picked up a penalty, so maybe that will give us a chance to get past him at some point in the future. Right, as we head on to the end of lap 6 then, you can see it is getting very, very tight up ahead, and one of the Audis there on slightly worn rubber gets a little bit wide coming through the final turn, and we're side by side going for a risky move into paddock, but we keep it tight to the apex and he gives us plenty of room. So some clean driving there, a nice overtaking done. So up to 13th place now, and again you can see the car in head has got a half-second penalty, so hopefully we can capitalise on that towards the end of the lap and see if there's anything we can do to move up another couple of places, as they end up 3 abreast going into the right hand turn, and we try to just maximise the exit we can. But again, you'll see here just how much power the Audis have in comparison to the Porsche. They're just pulling away, and there's honestly nothing I can do. You can see the Renault there going very defensive, as well as someone up ahead has brought out the yellow flags and is driving very slowly. So we gain another position up into 12th place now. So 8 positions gained since the start of the race. Unfortunately, the driver who has the half-second penalty has managed to get past this Audi in front and pulled a bit of a gap, so we're probably not going to be able to overtake. But we're going to go for the move here, up the inside, and again another clean overtaking done, so up into 11th place. But as you can see, the Audi that had that penalty up ahead, we haven't been able to make the most of that, unfortunately, because he's been able to get that other car between us. So not to worry, we'll continue on with the race as another car pits as well. So now we're up into the top 10, so probably better than anything I'd anticipated starting from the back in a Porsche, if I'm being honest. And it's taken us until going on to the final lap to actually close up to that Audi again. It's something you just have to wait. Just have to wait when they're on the fresh rubber until their tyres start to fade. I knew it would come, but I was hoping it would be a little bit earlier than the final lap, because it doesn't give us much time to make a move. But we can see here down into Graham Hill, the Audi getting very, very wide, and we've got a bit of a run on him, but he goes defensive up the inside, so we'll try and get the switch back heading onto the back straight. But unfortunately we just give him a little tap, which gives him a boost forwards and sends us backwards a little bit. So that stops any chances we had of gaining the position there. To be honest, if we'd been able to get up alongside him, he probably would have just pulled away on the straight anyway. Such is the power difference between the Porsche and the Audi. But there's still half a lap to go, so maybe, just maybe, he'll make a mistake. He'll understeer off the track or something through the final part of the lap. But we'll just keep as close as we can, and hopefully that will happen. But unfortunately we get a little bit sideways through the fast right-hander, and that gives him a bit of a gap, and yeah, not much we can do heading round the final corner to take the finish line. So we're going to come across the line in 9th place here, and to be honest, in the Porsche, in a race dominated by the FF cars, I'm quite pleased with that. Some good experience driving this car for the manufacturer races coming up. I think the next one in the Group 4 is at Willow Springs, so that's likely to be another TT Cup dominated race. So it's good to get experience racing against them, and hopefully we'll see what we can do in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a subscribe. It really goes a long way to motivating me to make some more videos. Yeah, and I'll see you again soon.